Good morning. I'm Karen from Simply Living for Him. I'm here to do my daily encouragement video. I love to encourage women to get in the Word, to grow closer to the Lord, really in this noisy world, to point you to Him. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021, and I hope that these videos are encouraging to you. Yesterday, I did one about who do you think you are? And it was all about really putting us in our place. I read to you from Job, and putting us kind of in our place, and remembering who God is and putting Him in the place above all things. Sometimes in our noisy world, in our daily lives, we get very wrapped up in ourselves and what we feel and what we think, and we forget we serve this amazing, big, mighty, powerful God that is far beyond our comprehension. We make Him so small, we think that He's just like, this little guy over there that we talk to during the day, and He's going to help us out, when in actuality, He is so big that we can't perceive it. He is so powerful, so majestic, so beyond our comprehension. And I feel like we really need to remind ourselves of that daily, especially nowadays when things can feel very big. Just remember how much bigger God is. He has a plan and a purpose for every single tiny detail of your life, yet He sits above this great earth, all powerful, all knowing, and it's beyond our comprehension. And so I wanted to spend a little bit of time again today really just pointing you to Him. I could sit here and talk about how to help yourself feel better and how to have a good day and all those warm fuzzy things, but I really believe that when you know God and who He is, everything else falls into place. As I said yesterday, you'll find yourself when you know your Creator God. So we're going to look a little bit more today at who God is. I want to look at Isaiah. It's kind of long, so I would encourage you to read all of Isaiah 40, but I'm going to start in verse 12. And I'm going to read you little snippets from there. Like, as I said, it's a little bit long, and I don't want to just be here reading to you, but I would love for you to get in the Word today on your own and just think about our great and big and powerful God who created this great big world and created you. And let's look what it says in Jeremiah 12. Who else has held the ocean in his hand? Who has measured off the heavens with his fingers? Who else knows the weight of the earth, or has weighed the mountains and hills on a scale? Do you ever think about that? That the earth actually has a weight, and God knows what it is. We will never know, but God knows exactly at this moment in time what it is. Who is able to advise the Spirit of the Lord? Who knows enough to give Him advice or teach Him? Has the Lord ever needed anyone's advice? Does He need instruction about what is good? And then you can go on to read a little bit more, but then I love down here in verse 21. Haven't you heard? Don't you understand? Are you deaf to the words of God? The words He gave before the world began. You can't even comprehend that God knew every single detail about what is going on right now before the world began. Are you so ignorant? God sits above the circle of the earth. The people below seem like grasshoppers to Him. He spreads out the heavens like a curtain and makes His tent from them. He judges the great people of the world and brings them all to nothing. They hardly get started, barely taking root. When He blows on them and they wither, the wind carries them off like chaff. To whom will you compare me? Who is my equal? Says the Holy One. Look up into the heavens. Who created all the stars? He brings them out like an army, one after another, calling each by its name. I talked about this recently in a devotional, but about how great and big and God knows every star in the sky. But I don't think I mentioned in that video, the stars in the sky, when we look up at them, they look really small. They are ginormous, bigger than we can imagine, some even bigger than our sun, which is bigger than we can imagine. And He created each one and knows them by name. Even the ones we can't see. If you look up in your sky right now, you'll see a whole bunch, what seems like a lot, but there's bajillions across the whole earth and beyond. Then it says here, by His great power and incomparable strength, not a single one is missing. He holds every star in the sky. We literally cannot imagine. He is incomparable, as it says. It says, "Oh, Jacob, how can you say the Lord does not see your troubles? Oh, Israel, how can you say the Lord ignores your rights? Have you never heard? Have you never understood? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding." God is beyond our comprehension. And when we're having, one of those days where we feel like times are tough, go to his word and remember who we are serving. We are serving a God that is far greater than we can imagine. And all the things that we are dealing with on a daily basis are completely under his control. So I encourage you today, get to the word to get to really know God, really know him, know his character, know who he is, and know how great and big he is. It says here, he gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. So if you're feeling weak today or powerless, that should give you encouragement. Even youths will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. I don't know about you, but I need my caffeine to get me up in the morning. But when I start reading this, it's like caffeine. I get so energized by his word, so encouraged when I realize that we serve this great God, full of power, full of majesty, full of might, and we will never get weary in the long term. Maybe today you feel weary, but eternally, you are going to serve this great God who will give you all the strength that you need today and beyond. So remember who God is. I've been saying yesterday that we have to stop getting so full of ourselves that there's no room for God. We have to stop focusing on ourselves, because when we focus on God, it changes our perspective on the whole world and especially on ourselves. So I hope that encourages you today. If it did, I'd love for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with a friend, and I will see you next time. Until then, I wish you all the blessings and joy in Jesus today.